10 assets that are making people rich 2022. Want to know the secret to building wealth? The answer is pretty simple. Invest in assets. There's no better way to become rich than to put your money to work for you. In that way, cash will continuously flow to your bank accounts without you constantly having to actively work for it. But first, let's define what an asset is and how it is different from liabilities. Well, these two terms are antonymous with each other. Simply put, assets generate income and put money in your pockets, while liabilities cost you money. That being said, let's get to know what these income-producing assets are and how will they make people rich. For this video, we will feature 10 assets that you may want to invest into in the future. Number 1. Online business. As we live in the era of the internet, investing in online business is probably one of the most popular and profitable ways to grow your money. In fact, the richest man on the planet today, Jeff Bezos, is a renowned entrepreneur who made himself crazy rich by putting up his own online shopping center, Amazon, which is now the leading e-commerce store in the whole planet. However, like most businesses, many forms of online business require a lot of work upfront, and it takes significant time and effort to build one. Some sources asserted that it could take up to 2 years before you see real progress in online business. But once you establish a good foundation, it will provide you with unlimited income potential. Over time, you can invest less and less time managing the business while still earning income. Eventually, you can potentially sell your online asset or keep it as a side income. Number 2. Stocks. Investing in stocks is a classic, yet still effective way to put your money to work. The stock market imparts a steady source of income to its investors, which is deemed significant for one's retirement goal. The best way to play the game of stocks investment is to bet your money to multiple companies. Owning stocks in different companies can help you build your savings, protect your money from inflation and taxes, and maximize income from your investments. Avoid getting yourself caught with all your investments in one sector of the economy. By spreading your investments across several sectors, you have a better chance of participating in the growth of some of your stocks at any one time. However, it's also important to know that investing in stocks is not always a walk in the park, as it comes with many risks. Stock prices tend to rise and fall over time, and without having a well-established foundation, you might lose all the money you put in the market. With these, investors may want to consider a long-term perspective for their equity portfolio, because these stock market fluctuations do tend to smooth out over longer periods of time. Number 3. Rental units. If you are interested in a high-risk, high-reward source of income, then investing in rental units could be an option for you. Properties may include single-family homes, multi-family units, or even apartment complexes. Rental fees can give you a constant flow of cash. However, investing in this kind of business will require you to be mindful during bad economies and times when the unemployment rate increases. This means to say that owning rental property is not as easy as it seems, as it imparts a bunch of responsibility. As the innkeeper, you are responsible for mortgage payments, repairs, maintenance, and leasing. While owning a home can feel daunting, with enough planning and preparation, it can be a very financially rewarding experience. Number 4. Real estate. Real estate has traditionally been the best wealth-building asset, and this is because it could provide consistent cash flow, excellent returns, tax advantage, and diversification. With its low risk and high return potential, real estate is one of the best investment options. Apart from owning a permanent residence, investing in real estate provides a safety net against inflation as property values rise over time. However, if you are keen on investing in real estate but reluctant to part with the upfront down payment costs, you might want to consider tapping Real Estate Investment Trust, or simply called REITs. REITs allow you to buy into a cluster of properties managed by one company. The management company uses money put in by investors to buy new real estate. At regular intervals, investors can expect their payout in the form of dividends. Investing in REITs allow you to diversify your investment, lowering your overall risk. You can also invest in commercial real estate or residential real estate. Number 5. Self-storage units. There's been a huge growth in self-storage units nationwide. There are up to 60,000 facilities nationwide and counting. Self-storage is an attractive investment vehicle for real estate investors. It involves very little construction costs and low upkeep expenses. In fact, many self-storage units require little to no staff. People renting units can access their units using a special PIN or key to enter the facility. Self-storage units do not involve much emotional attachment, and lease periods are month to month. This allows investors to enjoy any rent increases made with each new lease. Number 6. Recession-proof businesses. Many businesses have peak seasons and slow seasons, and most of them are vulnerable to various risks, particularly economic risks that may come at any time and could pull the business away from stability and success. However, not all businesses have this weakness. Some businesses are recession-proof. To be recession-proof means that your business continues to thrive even while other industries are cutting costs or laying people off, because despite the presence of threats in the economy, these types of businesses will have consistent, if not increasing demand. So, what are these recession-proof businesses, you ask? These businesses include those in the healthcare space, such as nursing homes or agencies, laundromats, auto repair, and grocery stores. Basically, these pertain to the essential needs of the people. Regardless of the economy, people always need access to health and food. Investing in an essential service business can prove to be a consistent source of income during an economic dilemma. Number 7. Peer-to-peer lending. Peer-to-peer lending is a relatively new income-producing asset. This works quite similarly with loaning from a bank. The only difference is, in peer-to-peer lending, you serve as the bank to people looking to borrow money. Like how bank loaning works, the borrower pays you back the principal with the interest you both agreed upon. You might be wondering why someone wouldn't just borrow directly from a bank. Well, there are various reasons for this, but in many cases, the borrower might have a small core of income, and borrowing from banks might therefore be too expensive for them. Thus, they resort to peer-to-peer lending. With such difficulty on the borrower's end, this type of asset can be very risky, and it is only made for those who have a strong appetite for high-risk businesses. If you're looking for more security, you might want to explore other alternatives first. Number 8. Bonds. Speaking of money lending, here is another type of asset that involves a broker and a debtor. Unlike peer-to-peer lending, bonds allows you to lend money to bigger and more established debtors like companies, state and federal governments, or municipalities. Investors buy bonds for several advantages. First is that bonds provide a predictable income stream. Second, bonds typically pay interest twice a year. If the bonds are held to maturity, bondholders get back the entire principal of the money they lent. This makes the asset a great way to preserve capital while investing. Moreover, bonds give investors much-needed stability in the face of uncertainty with a guaranteed return of predictable income. Number 9. Certificates of deposit. Since we are in the talks of money lending, this next asset is another form of it. If you have the gut to bet on the high and low risk assets, one option you might want to consider is investing in certificates of deposits. To simplify its context, a certificate of deposit is a savings account that holds a fixed amount of money for a fixed period of time. It can be within 6 months, 1 year, or even 5 years, and in exchange, the issuing bank pays interest. The mechanic is basically lending your money to the bank, and at the end of the day, you can earn back your principal plus the interest. Banks offer certificates of deposit as a way for investors to earn easy, low-risk money. However, interest rates on certificates of deposit do tend to be lower than the average market returns. That's something you have to look into before investing in this asset. Number 10. Savings accounts. One of the first assets anyone, regardless of age, should get is a savings account. This isn't only a great asset to grow your money, but also a means to secure your life insurance. A savings account will protect you from stock market fluctuations and other high-risk investments such as real estate investing. Despite the low interest rates offered on a savings account, you can still earn a decent income from this asset. Savings account interest rates can be low as 1%, and if you prefer higher interest rates, try looking into online savings account options. Those were the top 10 income-generating assets that are making people rich. Let us know in the comments section below which among these assets you're willing to invest your money in. Remember, there's no better time in earning more than today. If you find this video inspiring and enjoyable, click that like button and subscribe to our channel. And if you haven't yet, click that bell icon as well for notifications. Thank you for watching.